happily unwound half of my short bond fund position today. I'll get to that in a second. If today wasn't a great example of stock market manipulation by the White House, I don't know what is. First, the White House tests the waters. How much will the market go down if we say we're going to fire Jerome Powell? Yeah, it started to go down. And what happens? Trump comes out and he says, I'm not firing Powell. And the market comes back up. Crazy. I have shared with you for about a week and a half here how, according to my research, and I can be wrong, the medium-term underlying stock market mood swings were very exuberant. And I said, hey, we possibly here can get at least some chop sideways, which we have had, or even some form of pullback. We really haven't had much selling here. So fast forward to today. Yes, there is still happiness in the medium term, but it's not exuberance anymore. It's only happiness. So there is room to get back to exuberance, meaning there is room now in the medium term for stocks to head higher. In the short term, in the more immediate term, red rubber band, we're certainly not at fear, but stocks are becoming to get just a little bit oversold. In other words, there is a lot of room to come back up to neutrality or even happiness in the more immediate term. So we can still get some form of selling. It is possible, but every day that goes by here and we just continue to chop sideways, the chopping sideways is what has relieved the exuberance and then leaving room now to go higher. So I think it is absolutely possible in the next couple days to start to head higher. We, at least as of about 2:27 this afternoon Eastern, cannot confirm the breakdown on the S&P 500 below about 6,259. So at this point, I don't think we get down to that next level at about 6,188 or so. In other words, I think the sloppy, choppy, sideways stock market where we have been for a good week and a half, almost 2 weeks here, in the next few coming days could be over and possibly stocks could head higher. One of those catalysts could be Netflix earnings after the stock market closes tomorrow. So if you think the stock market's going to head higher tomorrow after the bell, you might want to position yourself. If you're watching this on TikTok and the handle in the lower left-hand corner says anything else other than Crocker Capital, you're on a scam page. So I happily unwound half of my short bond fund position. Of course, when I did it, I let my members know. I really liked that for a little bit during the day when the craziness was happening earlier on, that the 10-year yield here, yields came up. But then when they started to trickle down again, I said, I'm in a nice position. Let me happily get out of half of that trade. So I did. I understand we are still in an unconfirmed breakout here on the 10-year yield above 4.43%, and anything can happen. But I didn't want to be greedy on this trade, so I happily exited half of it. Gold higher on the day, which of course I like. I am long gold, but more or less it's really chopping around in this range above $3,320 an ounce. I'm willing to continue to hold my gold trade. Possibly an opportunity coming up in the coming days to short natural gas. As of 2:24 in the afternoon, we have a confirmed breakout above $3.48 a cubic foot. If we can come up a little bit from here, ideally I would love to come up to about $3.69 a cubic foot, that upper white line. Don't know if we get there or not, but watch for hopefully a little bit higher natural gas prices and maybe an opportunity to go short. This is not investment advice, and if you don't know me, I'm John Crocker, professional investor, proud American, cigar lover, and owner of Crocker Capital, LLC.